What's up mga mananap? It's your girl, Bunny. And this is my vlog for the second day of the 4-day workshop. Okay, would I say 4-day or 4-week? It's my second day. Week 2 of the workshop. So the first week's worth of assignments blew by, and so far so good. Most of it consisted of setting up our socials for our voice brand. So, you got a Facebook, you got TikTok, you got SoundCloud, you got a blog site. And the name that I settled on was bunsound.com. It's called back to bensound.com, where I used to get, all of my music for all of my projects. And, sometimes I still do, good old reliable Bensound. So now, I've got all of that, and I've got my logo. Look at that, that is cute as hell. And it's got my favorite colors, so I would say it's a very good logo. Now, the one thing that was a little tough for me was our assignment on writing and recording a motivational speech. And honestly, that took me a while to get it right because I was feeling far from motivational that week. I've been having a rough few days, and I had a bit of a depressive episode for even more days. So yeah, like I said, thoughts far from motivational. But then I thought maybe motivation doesn't have to just be coming from someone who feels positive all the time, or someone who feels like they're on top of the world, or even likes themselves in that moment. So I thought, what sort of motivation can come from someone who feels down in the dumps? And I guess that was a challenge for me, was to work with my emotions instead of against them. And I came up with something kind of sad, but hopeful. It was something that I wrote when I was in a sort of like a low point in my life, because I journal, I write in my diary. And honestly, the way it came out, I feel kind of proud of it, not gonna lie. I'm thinking maybe somewhere down the line, I would like to redo it with animation. Not that I know how to do animation, maybe I'll find someone who knows how to do it. Or maybe I will develop a weird obsession with it for like 1 to 2 months, and then I'll learn how to do the basics and then forget how to do it forever. Which is what I do. ADHD gang. But yeah, oh my goodness, to be honest, it is no easy task juggling a full-time job, 2 part-time jobs, this workshop, and having a social life, and spending time with my significant other online because it's a long-distance relationship. So that really overwhelmed me in the beginning. I adapt pretty quickly in general, so I feel like I'm doing a lot better now, although, who's to say that nothing's gonna change over the next couple weeks, so stay tuned. There's always something right or wrong that could happen, so yeah. Bit of a motivational quote for you today. The second day we got into, more of a technical side of things. We were talking about microphones, sound treatment, soundproofing your room, that sort of thing. The important stuff to make sure that your recording sounds good. Now, I know how to use a mic, I know how to modulate my voice, I know how to do all that stuff, but when it comes to the technical side of things, I am very much lacking, I would say. It confuses me. I wouldn't call myself a bird brain because that would be an insult to the birds. But yeah, I definitely could use a lot of practice and studying. I can learn how to use Audacity, no problem, but when it comes to things like microphones and treatment, like sound treatment, it confuses me. I don't know why it does, but it does. So, luckily, I have the people over at CVAP to help me with that if I ever do need help. So I'm not too worried about it. The next thing we started talking about was learning how to take care of our voices. Now that means proper hydration, sleep. You gotta avoid things like sweets, caffeine, dairy, alcohol. Now some of those are not gonna be too much of a problem. I can live without sweets. Well, not completely without sweets, but I can live with a very small amount of sweets. It's not too big of a deal. I usually get enough sleep because I like to get sleep, and I like to have a little bit of a nap during the daytime because who doesn't like a good nap? And I am lactose intolerant, so dairy and I were not even on good terms in the first place. However, I do need caffeine on most days to feel like a normal human. Sounds like a caffeine dependency, but okay. And I also work at a bar, so a lot of alcohol at a bar. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what that is, yeah. So it looks like I'll have to be more careful about what goes into my body. Not that I was particularly careful at first, but now I have to be. This week, we got a whole bunch of assignments that we gotta do, recording assignments, and one group assignment as well, so that'll be interesting. So yes, stay tuned to hear all about it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!